Turd Ferguson. Dung Beetle. Catmandu. Catmandon't. Litterbox Surprise.
Yo.
Rectum Exhaust. Yo. We were trying to pull apart the AAR.
Sorry, dude.
I need to know if you have photos.
Yes, I do.
All right. Don't be up there trying to worm your way in front of the camera either.
The unburied dead, the unburied dead are coming back to life, are coming back to life.
My name's Mark Warman.
I'm Daren Kirkpatrick.
And we get paid to bring dead cars back to life. We work with my best friend Royal and my son-in-law Josh. We search far and wide to find how a car was built, where it spent its life, and how it died. After that, we bring it back to look exactly the way it did on the day it was born. If we don't kill each other.
Just shut your mouth before I actually punch you out.
Can I leave a handprint on your face?
Now that we have the front and rear suspension out of the 70 AAR CUDA, we can remove the rest of the pieces, such as the dash, the steering column, the glass, the firewall accessories, brake accessories, etc., and get it moved off to the media blaster. Meanwhile, we still have our 71 quadruple black Phantasm CUDA in the assembly room. We have quite a few pieces have showed up now in the last 2 weeks to put on it, so I'm looking forward to getting back on that and start doing the final assembly. Our 1971 CUDA 446 barrel 4-speed Tour Red shaker car is hanging by the rafters with care, hoping that I get some time soon to get back onto it, start putting the panels on it so we can start bringing that car back to life as well. Ever since we hired Holly a few weeks back, she's done a phenomenal job. She's getting along well with all the other guys, which is kind of a miracle. I'm looking forward to seeing all of her skills come to fruition. I want to be able to give her all the tools that she needs, and I think one of them is her very own private office. So I'm working on that. She just doesn't know it. Now that we got the front and rear suspension out of the AAR CUDA, it's time to let it down onto the whirly jig car dolly so we can move it outside of the hoist area and start disassembling the interior.
They made 2,724 four-speed and automatic cars, 1,604 automatics, 1,120 four-speed manual transmission vehicles.
Nobody's going crazy.
Why won't you come this way? Are you guys offended by this way? Let's move the AAR hood.
So what are we taking off
We need a home for it so it doesn't get damaged. It's fiberglass, so I do not want to rest it on its corners.
Some of the neat characteristics on these cars are the fresh air hood, which is a fiberglass hood that directly feeds air right into the air cleaner for the 3 Holly 2-barrel carburetors. Springs are different. No, I mean they're different than the ordinary ones. These are lightweight springs so they don't buckle or bust the hood.
There you go. Daren seems okay. He jumped right in and helped me unload the trunk. He seems okay. As long as he can tune Mark out, we'll be fine.
Daren wanted an AAR when he was a kid so bad, he just started bolting stuff together to come up with one.
Back in the 70s, I really wanted an AAR CUDA.
Poor guy.
And lo and behold, here comes a guy with a 72 Plymouth Duster. So I got to Plymouth and I almost thought I was George Barris because I started doing a lot of body modification on the car because it really wasn't what I wanted. I wanted an AAR CUDA.
He put 71 fender gills out of a CUDA in a 72 Duster.
I changed the hood, I put Challenger side marker lights in it, I put a Challenger flip-flop gas cap on the side of it.
Had a GTO spoiler on it. What else did he crazy guy do?
I also put the complete induction system off a 1970 AAR CUDA on my car.
Considering it's about 100 degrees in here right now, we're doing actually pretty well. I got the front and back glass real moldings off already. Nice. So I'm getting ready to cut those out. It's what we call a hot knife. The guys are getting the steering column out of it so they can take the dash out.
Oh, sorry, dude. Did I hit you in the face?
I think all that'll be left is the headliner, quarter glass, and door glass. And then we can get it moved over to the next section and start disassembling the rest of it. Pass it off here.
You got it?
Yep. Very rarely do you take one of these out in one piece. Everything about the car is nice.
Nobody's really talking, which is kind of strange, but I guess we're all in the zone. So we're just trying to get it done, get it out of here, and then get this car back together. Thanks, buddy.
Good.
I want all the pieces that came off of that column put back on that column for now. It can set upside down over there on the steering wheel, but like the retainer and all the nuts and stuff, I want them back either on the shaft.
I want.
So today we're getting a lot of work done on the AAR CUDA. I had left a message with Holly to see if she could come down today and get a key to her new office.
Hey, Mark. Hi. Yeah, I'm in the front lobby. Okay, bye.
With the amazing work she did finding the previous owner of our 71 CUDA, I want to make sure we keep riding that wave a little bit higher each time. So I went over to our other studio. I got her an office all picked out, and I just going to present her with the key today, and it's going to be awesome.
Hey.
Hey. So, I know you're busy today. I know it was time to give you something awesome. That is a key to your office in the studio.
Excellent.
I don't even know if I told you about that, but we have another building over here off of Market Street. I think that with what happened, I felt kind of bad because I know Daren took total advantage of you by torturing you all the time. Josh took advantage of you. I want to make sure you can stay focused, so I'm moving you into your own office. It's a good thing, it's not a bad thing. I'd love to have your smiling face around here, but I think over there you can get a lot more work done. I'm excited. I expect to hear a phone call pretty quick here about how, awesome it is and what a great job I did, whatever. All right, I should go. We're pulling that AAR apart, so.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Just lock that one on your way out.
Okay,
Thanks,
great.
Daren. Bye. It's really fun to be able to do something like this, and in the case of Holly, she just lit up like a Christmas tree when I handed her the keys. I think that when Holly gets over there, she's going to be pretty elated. It's a beautiful building. We're just in the process of doing some remodeling on it. There are a lot of offices in there. She'll know hers when she gets to it. I put a little something special right there.
This is your office?
This is my last week. My dog.
When you get your first bag of silver, I want you to buy yourself something really nice, Judas. Come on, Mary. How long is this gonna take? Royal is a really good technician when it comes to front ends, rear ends, transmissions, the heavier stuff. But Royal's never really taken dashes out of cars. Every time he has, I've always been there to help him. You push the little thing down and it pulls right out.
All right, let me have him. Let me have that.
Seriously, do it. I will.
This is a 2000
Get over there.
dash pad.
Get over there. Get over there.
Okay.
A little trouble taking the dash out. Mark was a little excited to get it out, and I'm trying to disconnect stuff, and he's trying to pull it out.
There's one more cable right here.
There's lots of cable. He's anxious to jump in with his big bald head and say, oh, I can handle it. But in truth, if you've never taken a dash out of one of these cars, you need to have some experience before you hop underneath there and just start wrenching.
Well, you didn't give him any time.
Yeah, here we are, huh?
Well, seriously, all you did is start yelling at him.
What's the holdup, Nancy?
I thought you had everything unplugged. I didn't realize you were trying to do it without unplugging
I
everything.
told you exactly what was
That's
going
amazing.
on.
You didn't even...
I said, let's take these off before you jerk it out. You said, no, let's pull it out.
Oh, you're a liar and a fat mouth. 1/4-inch socket, please.
I'll give you a socket in the fucking head. Here, right here.
Here's the deal that some of the guys don't understand. There's a time for work and there's a time for play. Don't around with a $2,000 dash. So while Q-Ball's over there flapping his gums trying to catch up with me on the snaps, I hop underneath there, get everything detached, and the dash is ready to come out.
Okay.
No, Josh wanted to try to reach it from the roof, I guess.
Hang on, Royal. Hang on. It's heavy as these things. Hang on, buddy.
No, Royals, he's
We don't want him to
Superman.
ding it up.
He's Super Kojak. He's bald man with a badge. Do not nick it, scratch it, touch it, anything it. This car was a really nice car to start with. The dash pad is the only 1970 E-body dash pad I've removed from a car that doesn't have one split, hairline crack, one corner dented. It is perfect. That's gonna save my owner $1,000 before we even get started on the restoration.
Mark seems to think that he may be able to preserve the dash well enough to reuse it. That would be great. Say you had the original dash in the cars. It was really worth a lot. You just don't find dashes in that good a shape. Mark and Daren got the front windshields out, so Josh and I did most of the interior. The antenna was back here.
Huh? Oh, you're a Mopar guy.
The Carz also had a unique feature with the radio antennas, which were mounted on the right quarter panel due to radio interference from the fiberglass hoods.
I never knew that much about these AARs.
AAR and TA Challenger, fiberglass hood, radio interference. Nice. I mean, what an easy resto. Most of the stuff that we do, half the stuff's missing, and the stuff that isn't missing is rusted, broken, and destroyed. Everything we've taken out is restorable on this car.
So I am on my way to the new office, my new office. I'm very, very excited to be able to have my own space. All right, this is the building. God, I hope that's not my office. Oh, yeah. This is my office. Okay, well. Isn't quite what I expected. I thought there was a window, like, outside, like to the outside, but I guess it's just into the hallway. This was not what I was expecting. I thought that it would have been a little nicer. But, you know.
So it was just another typical day here at the Graveyard. Nice, Mark. Thank you so much for getting the forklift over here and not getting the door down. My plate is completely full of stuff that Mark wanted me to get done from the beginning of the month till now, and he just constantly keeps filling my plate up with stuff. Half-assing son of a bitch. He is fully capable of going and getting the 71 6-barrel CUDA door off of the stand outside. These things are not light. It's gonna be a pain in the ass for me to get it down by myself. He can't even help me out, and I guarantee after he gets done disassembling it, he's gonna have me media blasted.
I had Josh bring in the original passenger's door off the 71 CUDA, or Phantom CUDA. It always amazed me that here was this wadded up, crippled up, total disaster, and this amazing looking right-hand door that barely had anything wrong with it.
Man, we're gonna have to get Mark a booster seat to work on this thing.
So that being the best part on the car and the most surviving part on the car, I wanted to get it restored first. I'll be able to hang it somewhere as a talisman to everybody that this is what we do. Don't let it overwhelm you. This is how we roll.
Oh, there you are, Mark. What are you doing?
I'm putting windshield sealant on this because the gasket kit doesn't have the foam gasket in it.
Really?
So,
Do you have any idea where Holly's at?
at her office.
Where's
That's
her
what I
office?
told you guys out there earlier today.
Where's her office?
At the studio.
Well, I looked in the bathroom and the building
No.
out back for her office, but I couldn't find her.
Funny. She's at the studio. And leave her alone.
All right. What's your normal business hours over there? Oh, I get it. She just comes and goes when she wants. Must be nice.
How is it Josh is stressed?
He gave it to me and I cleaned it up, but it don't fit. That ain't right.
What? You don't know?
Don't know. I certainly hope Holly's there. I'm gonna take this coffee over there to her. Almond latte
All right, cool.
with an extra shot of espresso. I'm pretty easy to get along with. I don't know what her problem is. But open this coffee a little bit, break the ice with her a little bit. There we go, that's nice. I don't know what Mark really sees in her. She's supposed to be at a certain time. I heard she gets there and she goes in the office, like punches in or something, and she goes back and she sits in her car. I'm gonna forgive her. Just like I'm gonna forgive Holly today for wronging me. That's one of her favorite tricks. She parks in the shade, see that? Oh, there you are, sorry to wake you up.
Hi.
Sorry to wake you up.
Oh, I wasn't sleepy.
Here, I brought this for you.
Darren came by and brought me a cup of coffee, which was kind of weird. I was like, oh.
Almond latte, extra shot.
Aw,
Gonna get you
thanks.
jacked up, okay.
Maybe he's trying to, make up or just kind of be nice. Let's toast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Let's
nice.
bury the hatchet, right? This is your office?
This is my office.
Wow.
Do you want a seat?
I should sit in the throne. You should be down here like my servant.
Then I realized that he really wasn't trying to make up at all.
I thought I'd maybe ask you like a few Mopar-related questions to test some of your knowledge on Mopars.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure. He pulled out these flashcards and started badgering me with all these questions.
What was Richard Petty's nickname? He had a nickname.
His nickname. And of course I didn't know them because I'm new.
You don't know really? The King. His cars had a certain number. What was the numbers on the door of the stock cars? What is the name of the induction system for a 440 engine with 3 Holley carburetors on it? What was the first year for a Plymouth GTX? Would you like to guess?
64.
Wrong. 1967.
He was just trying to badger me with questions and make me feel intimidated.
What year did they come out with an E-body? How many years did they make an E-body? What was Don Prudhomme's nickname? What year was the first year they put a 340 engine in a Dodge or Plymouth?
I think it's just part of Darren's game.
What is the name of the paint that has the code FC7? Plum Crazy.
Plum
It's
crazy.
purple, Plum Crazy
like
purple.
you.
Yes. Yes. I came here today basically trying to bury the hatchet. Brought you a coffee, everything. Then you're going to try to make me feel inferior. By you sitting up there and I think you think you're on a throne.
Why are you doing this? Why are you asking me all these questions?
I'm trying to figure out why Mark actually hired you. I thought I would give you a fair chance. See, maybe there's something I was missing or something. But obviously, I didn't miss anything. Man, it's a wonder she's made it this long.
Oh my God. Is that amazing? Look at that. Look at that. That's only Mopar paint after 40 years. Could you do that? And so what I do on these doors, I like to preserve a small section of it so I can do my color tint up against it. Even though I have yet to mix up the DBC PPG paint and not have it match perfectly, I still like to double check it against the original paint that the car started life with. That'll give me a small section that I can do my spray out when I have it all mixed up. I can clear coat my paddle. I'll be able to hold it right up against there. If it needs a drop of maroon or a drop of orange or a drop of yellow, whatever it is, if it does need anything, I can do it. But every time I've ever done it before, it's a match out of the can. Nancy, it's yours.
I'm not leaving forever. This is where my heart is, and this is where I want to spend my time. I enjoy being here. I enjoy Mark, even though he's hard to get along with. He's hard to work with, but you know what? I love him. He's an incredible guy, but for now, I have to get a day job. Hello? I have a family to raise, and the wages here are just, it's not cutting it. All right, yes, I look forward to seeing you as well. Thank you very much. Bye.
So I got Josh out media blasting the right-hand door for the 71 Cuda. That'll give me time to go inside and start putting the billboard decals on the 71 Black Phantasm Cuda. Putting the billboard graphics on the 71 CUDA is always a challenge. The few things that I require is, number one, the graphic has to be from Phoenix Graphics. I've been using them for 15 years. I can call them up and say I want a fresh cut. They'll cut it that day, mail it to me the next day. I can put it on the third day. I know I'm gonna have nominal amount of problems with that graphic. If you put a 2-week-old graphic or a 2-month-old graphic on that's been sitting on a shelf and drying out, you've got problems. The billboard graphic is really difficult for a lot of reasons. The main thing is, it's huge. It covers 2/3 of the quarter panel and 1/3 of the door. So you have to have lots of lubrication on it. You have to make sure that it's placed where it's supposed to be, and then you slowly, from the inside out, start working out all of the air bubbles and lubrication that goes underneath them. Just finished putting on the passenger side billboard stripes on the door and the quarter, and I'm getting ready to put them on the driver's side right now. Yep, here it is. There it goes. You're all done with your little projects.
Found the hose.
Well, again, one of my main requirements is being not interrupted, being left alone while I can work on these graphics, because it's real sensitive. These are really difficult to do, like way above your pay grade, way above yours, even together combined. So all I'm asking is, I've got a list of stuff I want you to do on the board right there, but there's a list of things I don't want you to do too. I don't want you to shake the car, and I don't want you to annoy me while I'm trying to put these on. We got that?
Okay, then we should leave.
Well, if you're physically incapable of doing what's on the board, yeah. I love the way your eyes are sinking back
Mark?
into your head more.
I'm stressed, Mark.
How is it Josh is stressed? What does he have to be stressed about? I make sure he has a paycheck. I make sure that all of his needs are met, and my daughter's and my granddaughters. He ought to try putting those size 14s in the closet and try my shoes on.
I'm getting ready to insert the fender louvers. They're actually cleaned up really nice.
Hopefully it comes off this direction. Let's lay that up there. So you can go ahead and open the door. Yeah, right. Come on, Yolanda. God dang. Hold the decal, 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 hold the decal. Okay. Yeah, when I said hold it, I wanted it to drop to the ground. That's what I meant.
Hey, Daren, come here, please.
I'm not a real fan of the billboard on most 71 CUDAs, but on a black car, it really looks great. Almost looks like a ghost image, real subtle. And you have to really look at the car to see it. And I think that really blends in well with this 71 CUDA.
I'm putting together the lock cylinder into the handle. Most people don't take the time to recode everything. I code everything to the original keys. These are copies of the originals. The owner has the original. So I take all the lock cylinders. If we have to replace them, I take them down to the locksmith and have everything work off of the exact same original keys that the car was made with. So that's ready to go in. You also want to make sure you put in your relay rods now. They're much easier. And then roll it down. Nice. Just do what you say and we're going to get along great. Nope, you're not doing what I asked you to do. There you go. Nice. It was time to finally put the shaker hood on the 71 CUDA, so I had the guys go out, fire up the Aladdin pressure washer, give it a real nice bath, get it clean, so we could install it. All right, why don't you guys walk around to the front? It's Laurel and Hardy.
My way, okay?
One on each side, one in the front. Okay, so I'll take this side now.
The hood was a piece of cake today. It just went on so well. The bolt holes weren't stripped out. The bolts were nice and clean, freshly painted. It all went together just great. Especially when we had 3 people putting it on, Josh and Mark on the sides, me in the front. It just went on great and everything worked well.
Oh no, you've got a lot of room over here.
Wow, that's great for right now.
You know what? The guys did a good job. I sent them out. I'm learning. Only sent them out with one task. They did a great job. From now on, single tasks.
Today we'll be putting the back end of the car together.
Playing the game, huh? Why are you shaving at 2 in the afternoon?
I got an interview, man.
Welby's. This is. Yes, he does. I'm sorry, who are you with? So I got a phone call from a fastener's place down the road here, asking if how long Josh worked here, if he does a good job, if he's dependable, if I've had any issues with him, if he'd be eligible for reemployment. Thank you, Mike. Bye. Turd! So, I'm not that guy that lets stuff build up. I get it out right away, and that's why I confronted him. You! You. Why am I answering a telephone call from the fastener store down the road about your job employment here and if you're eligible for reemployment? Why are you shaving at 2 in the afternoon?
I got an interview, man. Like, I have to do this.
Okay, if you don't communicate that with me...
Dude, I don't have any time. Mark, I have no time. My schedule is so full. Doing everything that you need me to get done, and then on top of that, trying to raise my daughter, trying to...
Okay, she's my granddaughter. She's my granddaughter, too.
It's tough for every single person right now. And the most important thing to me is my daughter. And I need to look out not only for myself, but for her. You know, I'm trying to help my family out. I'm trying to...
Okay, but why don't you communicate that to me? I'm on your side. I've never not been on your side.
I know
but
that
I shouldn't get lambasted like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Dude, this is not personal. This is not personal.
I understand that he has to make a good living, which is why I try to provide one for him. But what he's talking about is supplemental money, okay? He should talk to me first about that. When you get your first bag of silver, I want you to buy yourself something really nice, Judas.
Oh, dude, I'm not leaving here, okay?
So now I just wonder how many other Judases we have in the shop, or how many Sadducees and Pharisees that are running around plotting on me. Just makes you wonder.
Yeah, I think Mark is overreacting because, you know, I never said I was leaving 100%. It's just, I have to have a day job.
Bullshit. So today, everybody showed up. It looked like they're going to be productive. I'm hoping for that. So I think we should get quite a bit done. Daren doesn't seem to be too heavy into the game, so let's see what we can do.
I'm just looking for some mirror gaskets. Seems to be one. I guess I'm looking for a mirror gasket, not mirror gaskets. I
Yeah.
don't see one on there, do you? Here's
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't work
Here.
very good.
You want one of those?
Oh, those are funky.
Yeah, well, those came with these,
Those don't even
and
have the holes in them. like
dude,
they're
I
supposed
know,
to.
but see, look at
You are tall. Mark, these are 70 gaskets.
One of the things that amazes me about Daren is he gets so excited, so stimulated when something goes bad. You run around like a little
is on my
No, the
toe.
gaskets are
You
wrong.
run around like a kid. You can, the screw's wrong. The bolt's wrong.
gaskets are wrong. It's not my fault. Just you pushed my button.
He's like a kid that comes running up to you saying, Daddy, Daddy, it's Santa Claus, it's Santa Claus.
Mother.
Oh, buddy.
Where's the 71 gaskets
Right
at?
here.
That is not a 71 gasket.
That's what came with those new mirrors.
What is that? What sickness inside of your mind and your heart and your soul? What black coal is your heart?
Came with the new mirrors.
This is what came with the mirrors.
The new ones, yeah. You have to put the holes in them.
I see what you're saying. This was in that kit?
Yeah, it's a 70.
there's only
Even
one
Sam knows that.
Kit?
Yeah, Sam even knows it's 70. Ask him.
Just stop getting so happy when things go bad. Because honestly, I'm going to kick you in your face.
Dude, you already stepped on my toe with your 2
You need
inch
to stop shaving your head. You look weird. You look sick. It's like that son of a from Full Metal Jacket. That guy that flipped.
Hey,
What
can
was
we
his
keep
name?
this serious?
Private Pile.
Did you name that thing on your face?
Nipple shot.
Did you name that little rascal?
Can I just get the other gasket?
You started on us and we...
Just give me the other gasket.
Like this?
Make the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a zip there. What about it?
Eventually, I do think that we're going to end up getting a lot of work done, but right now, we're not getting anything done except for getting on each other's nerves, and possibly some black eyes are about to start popping up. Hey, Royal, looks like you forgot your belt.
That goes like that.
I'm showing him my plumber's card. Mark's got me working on the side glass, the doors and the rear quarter glass. I did not pull these apart, so I'm not sure. This is the first E-body I've done. So it's the first door will be kind of a learning curve.
He's brainless.
You want me to blast this one on the other one?
Can you blast that, and then we'll grease it?
This is the rear quarter window regulator for the driver's side and for the passenger side. We need to get these all blasted and get them all greased back up so we can get them put in.
One of the most rewarding parts of all of this is putting on the little trinkets. Putting carpet in doesn't matter that much, putting quarter windows in doesn't matter, but when you get to put in like fender louvers or mirrors or the exterior trim, moldings, ornamentation, that to me is the funnest part. What I want to do today is, before I hand the Cuda door over to the body men, I want to make sure I get my color match for that swatch of paint on the original door that I'd masked off earlier. I'm going to mix up my formula, my PPG DBC base coat, spray it out on a spray out card, match it up to the door, make sure, like always, it's a perfect match, and then I can let them do the body work on the door. The Hemi Orange or the Tor Red, the original formula is this very first one up here. I guarantee you when I go into that, the first color it's going to ask for is DMD 617. That has lead and other metals in it. I have the system that does not use those heavy metals like that appear in the 617 and 618. So I'll use an alternate formula if I just back up here, and that'll use the system that I have here that won't contain the stuff that's going to contaminate our air. And at the same time, I'll bet you $1 to a donut, it's a perfect match to the EV2. Most people don't even realize that Hemi Orange or Tor Red has metallic in it, but it has a very little amount. 294.1, weak black 648. This holds all the colors together and makes it a true base coat. So now that we got all of our colors in there, all I have to do is mix them up. Now that I have my color, I can add a little bit of a medium temperature reducer to it. It goes about 1 to 1. I usually underdo it just a little bit, little under reduction. That way it covers a little better. That's a sprayable product right there. Let's do this thing. So here, just want to make sure you get lots of coverage on your card. The card's got multiple colors on it because it's real deceiving. If it was all white and you spray it out, you're not sure if you're covered or not. But this one being darker than that one, you have to go until they're all covered evenly. Then at the end, I'll hold it up to the sun and see if I can see through it. Now I cannot see through that card. This is the original color off of the car. This was an area that I always like to mask off. It never sees the sunlight. That's a perfect example of why we're using the PPG. It was the colors that were sprayed on the car back in the day. It's the colors that we put on today. Perfect match. This is the original passenger's door off the 71 Phantom Cuda.
Hey man, I just want to let you know that this is my last week.
Fantastic.
Hey Mark, what are you up to, bud?
You want puke?
What?
Well, unlike you, I'm actually trying to get something done. I got the door blasted, so. Once the door's blasted, I can actually see what's wrong with it. So while I'm out assessing it, trying to figure out if I want this welded or if this needs to be unfolded, exactly what I want so I can get the body work done, here comes Daren.
I was talking to Holly. I had a little test for Holly, some little flashcards. You got an F minus.
Playing the game, huh?
No, I just.
You know what?
F minus.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm just gonna say this one time. I don't care. Because in my mind, she's an A+. You get an F and figure out what it stands for.
Failure?
I got work to do.
Friend? Fantastic. I've been talking to Josh and Royal, a few others. We don't know why you really hired her.
To do the history on the cars, that's what she's here for. You remember the owner that she found of this car? The previous owner that you had the file for 2.5 years and never found anything? That's why I hired her, okay? So take your half-closed serial killer left eye, your whacked out forehead and your 2 Woodstock foot marks in between your eyebrows and pedal your ass back up in the office and do something constructive.
Okay.
I gotta get a body man.
Good luck finding one.
After the foolishness, I was able to give the door over to the body men. They'll take it over and do the body work on it. When it comes back to me, it'll be ready for primer and paint. Now that the AAR Cuda is completely disassembled in a bit of a holding pattern, I've scheduled to have the vinyl top and the headliner installed on our quadruple black 71 Cuda Phantasm car. I've been using Beaverton Auto Upholstery now for several years.
My name is Ricky Martin, and I've been doing this for about 30 years, and I really enjoy it a lot. I wonder if we should scuff this up.
See if they have some sandpaper. My name's Shelby Schaefer. Been working at Beaverton Auto Upholstery for 2.5 years, but I've been doing upholstery for 6. Did it a lot privately in my garage.
We do a lot of all kinds of cars, but we have done a lot of Mopars. This makes the glue stick to it better than that real smooth paint and stuff.
To get a vinyl top on, we need to make sure we get a good center mark on the car, center the top.
One of the reasons I like Beaverton Auto Upholstery is the guys are very good at what they do. They're about 2 hours from here, but they're more than happy to make the road trip every single time I call them. So when they come up, I know that they're going to install the top, that it's going to be tight, it's not going to have any wrinkles in it, that it's going to be laid out the way it's supposed to, that it's going to be centered from side to side.
We glue one side on first. It's a industrial grade contact cement. You spray both surfaces, let them tack up. It's starting to tack a little on this side. And when you stick them together, it's a permanent bond. Oh, it's already sticking. A lot of force, a lot of stretching, and you pull as hard as you can to get a wrinkle out and then glue it in that position.
Yeah, you gotta really pull that to get that stretch.
I'm really actually excited to be working with this material. It looks like it's gonna come out with a real quality finish. If we were to use new old stock material, it's been sitting on the shelf for 40 years. It's got broken down a little bit and it has the potential to rip and show marks in it that we don't want to see. The material that Legendary used on their vinyl top definitely looks like OEM material. It's new, so it's gonna work well with us, but it's gonna have a real showroom look to it when it's done.
Well, sure laid out nice, didn't it? You guys ever work with the Legendary stuff before?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, you're the
Great
pros.
product.
You guys are the pros. You know whether you're putting on a good product or not, and
Yes.
the finished product looks awesome to me. Legendary Interiors supplies us with all of our soft trim. So if we got it, whether we got to buy a door trim panel, a seat kit, a carpet, garnish moldings that are made of plastic, or headliners, vinyl tops, it's always Legendary.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
Really nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
This particular spoiler is correct, okay? The last one that I returned was not correct. The last one was made out of fiberglass. They were molded, injected plastic. Molded, injected plastic from the factory. That's what First Place is doing. It's painted and everything, okay? You can get them painted and get them unpainted. That's painted. That's the correct Organosol black. Don't be a fucking moron when somebody's got a part in their hand. Basically, you got to line up all these little clips before you put your molding on. The reason I love the First Place Auto spoilers is because they actually took the time to reproduce the original spoilers. Not just the spoiler itself, which is a two-part injection molded plastic, which is exactly how this is built, or the nitrocellulose lacquer. That's awesome too, because that's exactly how they were, a sheen nitrocellulose lacquer finish. They really focused a lot of attention on making sure that the hardware was right. If you look here, you'll see underneath here, there's a provision in the deck lid, this big cutout area. This is correct in 70 and early 71s. I can back this off or turn it in. And when I do that, it will set the depth of the spoiler in the deck lid. If you've been to a car show and you look at these spoilers, either a Go-Wing or a Goldwing, they both use the same hardware. Where this goes into the deck lid, a lot of times you'll see this big concave pocket. That's because they haven't used either the proper hardware to bolt it on, or they've got this thing adjusted too tight. And when you adjust it too tight, it'll suck this thing down. You back it off the other way and it'll push it away. So when you're done putting one of these on, you can walk the light across it and it's like a sheet of glass. It looks like exactly the way it's supposed to be on there. And then when you play with this, the whole deck lid flexes, not just this little area around it. That's what makes First Place spoilers the best.
Today we'll be putting the back end of the car together, the trim pieces, the taillights, trim panels, the wings on the car. We're still waiting on the rear windshield. Mark's got everything laid out for us, so it should go pretty quick.
Let's go ahead and get the taillights, all the pieces that I have laid out. One guy do one side, one do the other. I'll do the stuff that requires a brain, like the emblems and nameplates and moldings. Josh, you stand there and look handsome.
I don't want to stand here. I want to do something.
Well, help him.
Bring over the bezels to you. So
You
we can-
mindless cheetah. It's your first CUDA, B-boy.
Okay, go ahead and get the.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Is it in?
Oh, God, what have you done?
Mark, why do you keep blaming everything on Josh?
No,
You're
like-
doing it. I mean, Mark went in there, jumped right in there. Yeah, he's blaming it on you.
Okay,
blame
if
it on-
everything fit out here and it doesn't fit in
It's
here,
not Josh's fault.
if he's the guy that put it in here,
You're
it sure
playing
is.
with it.
So what I do, change time and space? So I'm the mighty caretaker of time and space now. I control everything past, present, future.
Here, let's put this on.
Yeah, now bust the stud off the back and say you found it like that, Rupert.
Rupert.
Got the rear taillights in. Got the trim on the rear body panel. Got a couple of emblems on it. We got the Graveyard Carz license plate on it. About the only thing we're missing on the rear of the car now is the bumper. We'll have that wrapped up soon, and it's looking great.
Go ahead and do that, and I'll start working this.
Okay. Hey man, I just want to let you know that this is my last week.
Finish waxing the roof.
It's nothing personal, man.
I think I'd be lying if I said I'm not going to miss Josh. I mean, he's part of the family. And I do give him a hard time, but I've told him why I give him the hard time. I was trying to make him be able to walk in my footsteps, but it's possible, I guess, after all these years, my shoes are too big for him. It's life. Hey, you.
Hi.
Hi.
So I walked into the paint booth and there was this beautiful door.
One of the things I miss the most being stuck in the office and taking care of the administrative end of things is I don't get to get out in the shop as much as I want to. And so I decided I wanted something to kind of whittle around at. This is the original passenger's door off the 71 Phantom Cuda that I had you doing some research on, that you amazingly found one of the owners on. It wasn't until I was mixing up the color and got ready to actually lay it out on the door that I thought, this might be a real good motivator for Holly. I wanted to give you something for your new office. I know it's not too decorated out just yet, but we're working on it.
I'm really, really excited because my office is kind of empty right now.
I wanted you to have something you could kind of hang as a bit of a reminder in your office.
Fantastic.
It's pretty, it's good color, she loves that. Is that gorgeous?
Yeah,
they call it Tor Red. The best thing I could offer you was an example of how our 71 Cuda is gonna look when it's done.
Just kind of as a reminder of what we do here at Graveyard Carz.
We bring dead cars back to life. Well, I do. I bring them back to life and I have their help.
I couldn't be happier. I love it.
Awesome.
Hey, what's the code for 410 Dana 1970 Challenger with automatic transmission?
Don't know.
Let me tell you.
What is it?
A32.
Oh, nice.
What's the code for the power windows?
Don't know. It doesn't matter.
RT with 4-speed 6-pack.
Doesn't matter. No. Yeah.
70 Charger RT 444 speed made in LA.
Don't know.
What?
I said I don't know.
Oh.
Don't know. Pretty good. Here we go already. Okay, it's okay. All right. Pretty good week here at Graveyard Carz. We got 71 AAR done. Ready to go to the media blast. That's not good either, was it? Anyway, we got the door all. Whew. What do you want me to say?
Just say that we had a really good week this week. We got the 1970 AAR Cuda Lemon Twist Yellow completely disassembled and ready to send off to the media
We're
blaster.
doing that again?
You could also say that we got the right-hand original door off the 71 Phantom Cuda, completely media blasted, down to bare metal, body work and painted, and handed over to Holly, the greatest research assistant in the history of the world.
Great.
You could say that if you wanted to.
All right.
You could say that we got the headliner and vinyl top installed on the 71 Quadruple Black Phantasm Cuda, as well as the rear body panel buttoned up, spoiler and rear window louvers.
Not a problem.
And then if you were done with all that, you could probably say something like, gosh, we're really going to miss Josh. Go ahead.
Okay. Had a pretty busy week here this last week, and we got a lot accomplished. We got the 1970 AR, there I go. No, quadruple, okay. In regard to the 1971